and welcome to my nest again. I wanted to show you some more tricks to making your nest look like your dream home. So you might be wondering about all the tricks I've used to make my shared spaces and my nest, and I wanted to show you all the tricks that I know for building shared spaces so that you can use these tools to make your spaces feel more unique and give you more freedom for creating your spaces. Just so you know, most of these tricks I have figured out while playing on PC version of Sky, but I also play on mobile, and I know that a lot of these tricks also work on mobile. Slightly different, but they are mostly the same. First thing you'll see when you walk in is my kitchen. So I've made this counter and I've made this little stove, makeshift stove, and I'm very proud of it. It looks so cute and unique, and I have not seen anyone else make this kind of a thing. I love these brand new Mischief furniture items. For the counter, I put the box upside down, and I also use these boxes as cabinets up there. I also bought this Mischief table to have as my kitchen table, and it matches really nicely with this little branch up here. As we walk in further, you can already see my little cat up there. And on the side here, you can see my desk area. It's a combination of different items to make this desk. And the chair I tried to make look more realistic by adding a little cushion to the back. You can also relax by this little window area. I feel like this comfortable area is one of the highlights of my nest, and you can always notice it first when you walk in. I have also added wardrobes right here on the edge of the area, so you can change your outfits and show your favorite items to your friends. What I'm also very happy with is this new Mischief prop right here. I put it upside down in the center of my nest because I realized it looks incredible as a round table. You can see my plushies on the shelf, and this is my cozy bed, and I am very happy with it. It feels like a bed I would actually sleep in. Across from my bed is also a little bathtub, and it does have a little bit of privacy. So now I'm going to show you my tricks and share my creativity with you. Let me use this block as an example. I place it down, and if I want this plant to be inside of here, I cannot do that. It shows red. So if I select this block and I walk to where it's located and I cancel, I am standing inside of the block. And while I'm standing inside the block, I can place the item. Another way you can do this is already standing where you want to place the item and then placing it, and then placing the item you want inside it. So if you already have an item placed down and you can't move it or stand inside of it to place it, then what you can do is turn on the snapping mode or do it like without the snapping. This method is less precise and requires more patience, but eventually you get it to the spot you want it to be in. Alright, that's probably the best I can do with the flick. I cannot get it very in the middle. I have another block right here. And when I have this item on top of it, it's blue. and to flick it to the spot. You first aim, you're like, all right, this is the spot, right? And boom. You just flick it from this blue area on this surface a bit closer to you to the surface that's red further away. This is one of my most used tricks when I'm making shared spaces because it's fairly easy to do. Also, one of the simple tricks is making things float in the air. If I want this chair to be right here in the air. Okay, I guess let's have it sideways then. And you take this, boom, it's flying. If you want an item to be upside down, such as this table. So I also use this trick a lot. You just find the good spot where you can see the item in the ceiling, and it's right on the edge to be below this thing you want to place it under. So right here you do the flick, you click and you flick the item right below this item. And there you have it. The plant is upside down, right where this block was. You can also do this by placing another block somewhere higher, and you can use that block as the flat surface instead of the ceiling. You just need to align everything perfect to be able to do this. So this also requires a lot of patience to do. What you need for this trick is a chair and an instrument item on an instrument display which you can buy from the nesting workshop. First thing you do is make it that the chair is against the wall like this, and then you find the instrument item and you place it somewhere nearby. Make sure you have a surface you can stand on once you get outside. For this, I will use this big carpet. It makes it easier. Now you go into view mode. On a PC, I press V. On a mobile, it's also possible to go into view mode. And on a view mode, you can sit. So you sit down, you grab the instrument, and this is where you have to lock in because you will be outside of the map and you need to fly. And at the same time as you're flying, press V again to go into build mode. As you're in build mode, then you can land on the surface which you prepared. The reason you have to switch to build mode while flying is because if you're going to switch while you're landed right here already, you will be falling through this surface which you prepared. Here the game can get a little bit glitchy looking sometimes like this, but it's still possible to see what you're doing. You can place things outside of the map. This next trick I want to show is more for shared space creation around the world of Sky. Ground we're standing on is not perfectly flat, but I managed to place this table actually flat on the ground. If you look closely, you can see it's flat, even surface, not tilted like the ground is. As you can see, the ground is tilted, the items are not straight, they're tilted. I will show you how I can make these be actually straight. All you need is these shelves, and you place one somewhere where you can align it well from. To do that flicking alignment method I showed from a different surface, you turn snapping off and you place the shelf right here. it will automatically align straight and it will not be tilted. Now you can just remove this other shelf out of the way. You find the item that you want to be straight, align it to face the way you want, and find that aligned position while it's on this non-tilted surface. And then you have to flick the item further away. It may take a few tries, but right there you see it is not tilted, it's straight. This makes your builds look a lot more neat despite having an uneven surface below. You can still make your items look straight and it will look a lot more clean. I really hope that this video was helpful for you and you'll be able to use my tricks when making your own shared spaces. And my main tips for making shared spaces is creativity and patience. Just build what you desire to, what makes you happy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.